Hey, what's up, guys? It's Travis Britt with SOCEprep.com, where you get all your resources if you're looking to pass a statewide officer certification exam, whether you're in a basic recruit training program or you want to transfer your certification from out of state to the beautiful state of Florida, right? We offer over 20 hours of direct instruction, and we've got this comprehensive exam at the end of it if you do so decide to sign up for some of my subscription services. If you don't have any money, guys, still want to help you out. Obviously, you got the YouTube channel with a plethora of resources to help you out. And you can go over to my website at SOCEprep.com. You can download 17 pages of free guided notes that are going to help you prepare. You can get in your books, and you can do it old school. If you want to save some time, hit me up for some of my subscription services. We offer weekly and a one-time payment plan. So today we are going to look at a question that's going to come out of the high liability manual, right? When you're thinking about high liability, I want you to think about all the things that can cost a police department money, and there are many of them, right? So everybody says whenever they're in an interview, why do you want to be a police officer? Why do you want to be a deputy? And everybody gives the same corny little answer. Oh, I want to protect and serve. I want to take reports for the citizens. I want to da-da-da-da-da. And the truth is, if you're anything like I was, you were young, you were dumb, and you wanted to have fun. You didn't want to grow up and get some boring job selling insurance or something along those lines. You were like, I want to have fun, man. If I'm going to have to do something for 40 plus hours a week, I want to enjoy it, right? And what did I enjoy? I enjoyed being young and dumb, right? I like shooting guns. I like driving cars fast. It's fun, right? But those things come with an inherent risk, right? We're putting the public in the face of peril. Anytime we drive those vehicles, code, lights and sirens, blasting through without due regard in intersections, shooting weapons, and be aware of your target and what lies beyond it. You got your safety rules, and you're running around with a weapon in condition 1, meaning there's a round in the chamber at all times. If you're not on your game, you can hurt somebody, you can kill somebody, right? So what happens when we talked about the 7th Amendment, negligence and damages? We're looking at lawsuits, right? There's torts that have been committed, right? So it's going to cost these departments a lot of money. It's going to really cost a lot of people jobs that are up in the brass. It's a bad look. They don't want it, right? So what do they do to try to mitigate those risks that they're going to face? There's no way to do this job without taking on some risk. It's a risky job. They mitigate it, right? And that high liability manual is intended to teach you guys how to do unsafe things as safe as possible, right? So there is no safe way to drive a vehicle extremely fast. There is no safe way to shoot a weapon, right? There are safer ways to do those things, and that's what the high liability manual is looking to do, right? Because they're inherently dangerous, right? People get hurt all the time. People die all the time because of these things. So with that being said, we're going to do a question on high liability, and it looks like they're asking us to talk about driving a vehicle, right? So when we drive a vehicle, guys, I want you to think about what is the relationship with the vehicle. We're going to kind of nerd out for a minute and talk about like some physics and some geometry, right? It's kind of a math question. With that being said, driving a vehicle, guys, you put input in on that vehicle, and the vehicle does what you tell it to do, and it's all about the transfer of weight, all right? Where the weight is on that vehicle is what's going to cause that vehicle to do what it does, and you, as the operator, transfer the weight in that vehicle, right? So what do I mean by that? We talked about pitch, right? If a pitcher pitches a baseball, it goes front and back, right? Front and back. So the pitch of the vehicle, the weight is transferring from the front to the back, and that is going to make the vehicle's weight transfer in a certain way. It's going to make the vehicle pitch, right? If it's rolling, right? What am I doing? Left and right. Yaw. What am I doing? Oh my goodness, I've lost traction, right? Why? Because the weight's transferred in a way where I don't have control of the vehicle anymore, and I'm just praying to the gods that my sergeant doesn't kill me because I've wrecked this vehicle, even though they got you in one with 300,000 miles on it. So with that being said, high liability, these are things that are going to cost the department money. They're trying to teach you how to do unsafe things in a safe manner, right? So think about that when you get these questions on the test. They're going to ask you to be safe, guys, because they don't want to hurt the public. They don't want you to get hurt. They don't want to tear property up. They don't want to buy new patrol cars because you keep wrecking it every week, right? So with that being said, this question says, if a curve is getting tighter, what do you have? So we've got a question about driving, all right? Operating a vehicle. So it says a curve's getting tighter and tighter and tighter. What do you have, right? So I've got a little crude depiction of what I want you guys to think about anytime you are driving a vehicle or you're negotiating a curve. In the high liability portions of this book, I want you to break down any curve into a portion of a circle, right? We've got a circle. right? We got bigger curves, we got smaller curves, but it's a portion of a circle, right? So think about your curves as a portion of a circle, right? And we got to talk about geometry for a quick second. Radius. What is a radius? This is a radius, the center point of the circle out to the outermost boundary, right? Because what happens when I get off of this boundary here? I'm driving off the roadway at that time. Not good. That's where bad things happen, right? When I don't keep that vehicle on the blacktop, that's where I lose control, right? That's where I lose control. So this is your radius, right? So it says a curve is getting tighter. What do you have? A curve is getting tighter. Let's look through some of our answer choices. A says an increasing radius. All right, I just told you what a radius was. I want you to visualize what that looks like. B says a decreasing radius. C says an apex. D says an exit. All right, so A says an increasing radius. If I have an increasing radius, right, I just told you this was a radius. If it's going to increase, what happens? All right, I've got more blacktop to negotiate. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? It's a good thing if you're driving at a high rate of speed because you got more curve to stay on the blacktop with. So an increasing radius, but the curve is getting tighter. You're losing roadway. Is that a good answer choice? It's not, right? Are we going to pick this one? No, we're going to scratch it off the board. Let's move on to B and see what it looks like. We've got a decreasing radius. If the radius is decreasing, what does that look like? The curve? Oh my goodness, the decreasing radius. It looks like I'm running out of blacktop, guys. Is this a good thing if I'm driving a vehicle at a high rate of speed? It is not, right? Decreasing radius, right? We're going to hold on to that one as a contender, right? We're not going to pick it yet because we might have an author that's trying to play games and trick us and putting traps in there. We're going to look at the rest of the stuff. An apex is what? It's the centermost point of a curve, right? It's where we want to aim, right? It's the best relationship as far as exiting. If I can get into my apex early and I have a lot of blacktop to stay in that apex, it's the center point most of it. It's where you're going to have the most blacktop, and it's going to give you the opportunity to stay on the gas, to give acceleration so you can exit out at a higher rate of speed, right? But what do we need to do to hit these apexes? We need to get the transfer of the vehicle, right? The weight transfer of the vehicle where we need it at. So we set the wheels up and hit the apexes, right? So with that being said, maybe that means we enter into a curve. Maybe we need some braking, right? Because the speed's too much, we're going to miss our apex if we come in that hot, right? Maybe we speed up, right? Because we've hit the apex and now we've got some roadway to exit out, right? You get on the gas once you've hit your exit, or your apex rather. And then D says exit, right? What do they mean by exit? They're likely talking about exiting an apex, right? So I don't really love that one either. So we've looked at everything, guys. Increasing radius, right? Tighter curve, or is it giving us more room? Right, it's giving us more room. So we scratched that one off the board. We held on to B, decreasing radius, tighter. Ooh, that one looks good. Apex, didn't match for this answer choice or question rather. And then exit, didn't match either. So what's the correct answer, guys? It's a decreasing radius. We're going to pick it. We're going to stick it. We're going to move on, guys. Use that, guys. Think about your curves as a circle. It's just a portion of a circle. And think about the physics, right? Transfer a weight on the vehicle. What do I need to do, right? Where do I need weight out on this vehicle in order to negotiate whatever I'm maneuvering, right? So B was the correct answer, guys. Check me out over at soceprep.com. Whether you're in the basic recruit training program, you want to transfer your certification from out of state, I can help you out. I got 17 pages of free guided notes. If you're broke as a joke, I get it. I've been there. Go over there and use them, guys. All right, want to help you out. And if you want to save some time, got some subscription services. I got a weekly plan and a one-time payment plan. I like the one-time payment plan. Stretch it out over 6 months. I can guarantee you're going to pass the test. So I get weekly emails. Hey guys, I'm taking my SOCE next week. I'm not prepared. Can you help me out? We can help you with that too. But you know, that's not the way I would suggest that you guys do it, but it's been done. All right. So with that being said, check me out, soceprep.com, where you get all your resources for the statewide officer certification exam. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share it with your classmates. If you feel like I'm helping you out, do the solid and let your classmates know, hey, there's a resource that can help you guys out. I've been using it, soceprep.com, YouTube channels, yada, 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 yada. You know what's up, guys. Help me out since I'm helping you guys out. With that being said, we are going to call it today, soceprep.com. Britt, out.